Hi, my name is Precious, and one of my bachelor's of science is in psychology. Let's talk about the science of decision making. Some choices are smaller, like what should we eat for breakfast, and other choices are life changing, like who should we marry, our careers, our relationships, as well as our future goals. But what exactly is happening in your brain when you are making a choice? So today we're actually going to explore what neuroscience reveals about decision making, and we're going to use that knowledge to know how to make wiser decisions. At the heart of every decision is a network of brain regions working together to evaluate the option, to predict the outcomes, and also to weigh in the risk as well as the reward. So today I'm actually going to talk about 4 key players in this process, and we're going to take a little dive into each of these players and how they work. So key number 1 is your prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain that's like your decision-making headquarters. It's responsible for planning, reasoning, and evaluating the consequences. When you weigh in the pros and the cons of a potential decision, that's your prefrontal cortex at work. The second key center is your amygdala, which is also known as your brain's emotional center. The amygdala plays a crucial role in decision making. This is in regards to decision making under stress or even when the emotions are high. So it's usually involved in our instinctive gut feeling decisions. So when you are like, I feel this in my gut to do this, that's usually your amygdala at play. The third key player is the striatum. This region processes reward as well as motivation. It helps you evaluate which option might bring you the most pleasure or satisfaction, which often leads you to having a preference between one or the other. And the fourth key player is our insula. So the insula is involved in processing emotions as well as bodily sensations. So this is particularly active when the decision involves some risk or some uncertainty. So neuroscience actually shows that we make decisions based off of 2 main systems in our brain. The first is our rational system. Just like the name, this system relies on logic as well as reasoning. It is slower but deliberate, and it's based on analyzing the information that it's given. For example, deciding to invest money into something after analyzing the risk as well as the benefits into investing, this is your rational system at work or at play. The second system is the emotional system. This system, it's fast, it's intuitive, and it's driven by our emotions, just like the name. It's what we tend to rely on when making snap judgments or when we're under pressure. For example, when you see that you're about to crash, you quickly brake to avoid an accident. That's your emotional system at work. Surprisingly, both systems actually tend to work together. For example, when choosing a career, your emotional system might analyze how will this career make you feel versus your rational system may analyze the salary and things like that. Now, let's talk about the factors that influence decision making. It's so important to recognize the factors that shape our choices. The first thing we're going to talk about is cognitive biases. Our brain uses shortcuts to make decisions quickly, which oftentimes can lead to biases. For example, confirmation bias is just seeking information that were already believed to be true. So let's say that you have strong opinions about something. You're not going to want to listen to the other side. You're just going to seek the information that reinforces the beliefs that you already have about that particular topic or subject. The second bias is anchoring bias. This is when we rely too heavily on the first piece of information that we encounter. The third one is loss aversions, which just means fearing losses more than potential gains. The second thing that can influence our decisions are stress and fatigue. High stress or lack of sleep can impair our prefrontal cortex, which can lead to impulsivity and bad decision making. And the third thing that can influence our decisions are social influences. Things like peer pressure, cultural norms, these are things that can sway our choices, even though we're conflicted because it's not what we actually believe. So now we're going to talk about how to improve your decision-making skills. The first tip is for you to pause and reflect. Give your rational system some time to catch up, okay? So remember, your rational system, it takes time, but your emotional system is pretty quick. So take a deep breath, take a few moments to pause. This allows you to make wiser decisions because you're not acting impulsive. The second one is for you to consider the long-term consequences. Ask yourself, how will this decision affect you in the future? This activates your prefrontal cortex and allows you to prioritize long-term rewards over the short-term gains. The third one is practice mindfulness. Mindfulness reduces stress and improves focus. And tip number 5 is limit your choices. Too many options can lead to something called decision fatigue. So try to simplify your choices to make the process more manageable. Remember, every decision you make shapes the life that you're creating. Remember, it's not about making perfect decisions. It's about learning and growing. It's all about adapting along the way. By understanding how your brain works and using strategies to improve your decision-making skill, you can navigate your life with greater confidence and with greater purpose. That is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's any topics you'd like me to further explain on. That is all. Bye.